Hi everyone, this is Sean from Teaching Python. Happy Saturday. Today I'm going to take a break from teaching Python directly, and I'm going to teach you a little JSON. So what is JSON? It's one of the most interesting data formats you'll find. It's everywhere across the internet, and it stands for JavaScript Object Notation. And you're probably going, well, wait a minute, Sean, I thought this was a Python podcast, and it is. And that's why this is a little awkward, because we're going to talk a little bit about JSON, which came from JavaScript. But really, it's used everywhere. And it's used in JavaScript, it's used in Python. Pretty much every modern language supports it, and it's even part of the standard library within Python to read and write JSON strings. So why this is interesting in the context of AI is that AI is usually the models behind the scenes are speaking not just in the words that you read, but really in a structured JSON object, which may sound a little foreign to you if you haven't worked with it before. But JSON is really just a lightweight format for representing data in a way that is both machine parsable, so the machines can read it, and it's human readable, so we can understand it as well. And it looks very similar on its first impressions to Python objects. It has what looks like dictionaries, lists, strings, integers, and even booleans, although they're a little lax on their formatting. Everything there is either a lowercase or true or false. So you don't get to see all of our nice formatting that you have in Python. It's really great as a way to structure your data. So think of unstructured data as like I write my journal and I'm just putting out all my information, and all of the content is mixed together. But JSON gives it structure. It gives it key and value pairs. It gives it lists. It gives it strings, integers, numbers, and in fact, you can even parse things like date and time strings into date time objects within Python. So when you use an AI tool like OpenAI, you're getting a JSON response behind the scenes when you want to use that in your programs. So ChatGPT uses the OpenAI backend to return a JSON object, and then that uses that JSON object to generate the web page for you and show you the response from the AI. It's really how almost all AI communicates, and especially as we're going more and more towards agentic AI, where models will communicate with one another to perform actions, the structure that they're going to use is likely going to be JSON. And what's great about this is it bridges directly into Python's data structure. So it's very teachable for Python computer science teachers. And once your students understand this, they can pull the AI data themselves and start using it and manipulating it within their Python code. Okay, so even if you don't care, if you're not a CS teacher directly, but maybe you're writing code for other subjects, if you can read and understand JSON, it means you can spot and fix broken integrations, even on things like Google Forms or Sheets. It means that you can take structured output from ChatGPT, Canva AI, or Perplexity and use that to create maybe dashboards or something else that's interesting, okay? But it also gives you an opportunity to talk about how data is organized and structured in a way that's useful. And I think that's a really powerful lesson, especially as we go into an age where people can ask an AI to help do that for them. This gives them the opportunity to understand how data actually gets structured. It's a fundamental building block of both the internet, modern data communications, and of course, AI. Okay? So when you're in the classroom and you're talking about data, you have the ability to both talk about the value of data. Why is this? What's the label? How is it structured? What's missing, right? But you can also use this to help students understand a little bit better. So ask your students, what's something in your life that could be represented as a JSON object? How could you store and retrieve that data from it? And then could you make an API for this? Could you teach an AI to use this structured data and interpret it in a better way, right? And if you're in working with older students who are pretty comfortable using libraries, especially the standard library, there's the entire JSON standard library within Python that allows you to load JSON strings and convert those into Python objects and vice versa. And that's pretty powerful. It's not just about AI generating words. AI is generating data, and it's doing it in a structured way. If you understand that structure, that turns into some real power. For Teaching Python, this is Sean signing off.